in any web application, something could fail at any moment. For example, the database is down, we cannot establish a connection with a third-party service, and along, etc. So, what we are going to do now is to learn how to handle unexpected exceptions. For this, let's imagine that our database is down. If our database is down and we try to obtain the list of whatever users, buyers, etc., basically anything that in some way require the database, it is going to fail. So let's see what happened currently. If we send a request to obtain, for example, the list of buyers, we are obtaining this response because basically the connection was refused by the database server. It is not limited only for this kind of exceptions. That could be anything. Basically, whatever thing that you are not prepared to could happen here, and you need to return a friendly message to the user, and you don't want to share any kind of information like this. So for that, we just need to go, of course, again, to our render method. And at the end, you can see this. The parent render is basically who is creating this response, but we need to be sure that this is a JSON response. So what we need to do now is basically return a JSON response after the list of all the other exceptions. Basically, whatever exception that does not match with this is an unexpected exception. So we just need to return an error response. We are returning an unexpected exception and requesting to the user or the client to try later. The 500 code means that it is an exception from the server side, and it is not fault of the user or the client. So the user or the client, the only thing that can do is to wait while the problem is solved and try again. So if we try again with the database server down, we are obtaining this. But what happens if we are developing our RESTful API, like currently? We really need to know the details about some exceptions, especially for the unexpected exceptions. So what we are going to do is to return this message only if we are on production, basically if we are not on debug mode. If we are on debug mode, it means probably in a development environment we are going to return the original message with all the details. So for that we are going to use the value of the configuration that let us to know if the application is in debug mode or not. So to access this, we just need to add a condition using the config helper to get access to the app file in the debug index. If app debug is true, it means that we can return the detailed response. If not, we are going to return the generic response with unexpected exception. So let's see what we have now. We can see now the detailed response, but if we change the debug mode of our application to false, we can see, of course, the generic response. So let's go back again to debug mode, and we can still obtaining this kind of error for the unexpected exceptions. So it means that when you are going to publish your RESTful API, you probably need to change this value as less to false. See you in the next class.